What has God shown you about our future, the U.S.?
I've prayed about this a lot. And what I see, and what I see so powerfully, is this word the Lord showed me called the hidden ones, the nameless, faceless generation. And it's made up of 3 different classes of people. And the 3 different classes of people is what I call the burnt stones, the Cinderellas, and the young lions. These are the way God speaks to me. The burnt stones are much like Nehemiah's wall. He had to go get those stones that were once in place, and they fell to the ground, and they're all burned with fire. But they're still stones. They're valuable. And they had to clean those and put them back in the wall to create a united front against the enemy. They did so. The burnt stones also are like, in my pop culture references, it'd be like John Rambo in the Back 40. After the last battle he did, he's out there sharpening a stick by the fire, and the colonel comes to him and says, "Johnny, we got another battle." And Johnny says, "I don't do that anymore, Commander. I'm all done with that," right? And the commander comes to him, he says, "Well, we need you. It's an unprecedented threat." And finally he straps on the gear and he goes back to war. God is calling the burnt stones like that back into war. Why? Because another class of people is coming, these reformers, the young lions. The young lions are like when you see Antifa, you see people that are just filled with rage and desire to do something for a cause, but they have no direction. They're either hijacked by the devil or they're just going in the wrong direction. But the old lions, those burnt stones, will bring them into order. And they will call them higher. And they're going to say, "Hey, walk this way." Because the young lions grow weak, they get hungry. But the glory of young men is their strength, and the glory of old men is their gray hair. And you combine that, you got a force. Then thirdly, the Cinderellas. The Cinderellas are those that have had their ideas, their inspiration, their anointing hijacked by an institution. And it looks good to everybody else, but they're in what we call golden bird cages. These golden bird cages are where they're trapped, and it looks good to everybody, but they can't break free of the very institution they're being celebrated by and controlled by. And they're going to break free, and the glass slipper is going to fit, and you're going to see new inventions, new ways, new influences in many different parts of society. All 3 of them are not called to burn the institution down. They're called to breathe life into the institution. And that's what God's doing with the hidden ones.